Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Troy Dukowitz of the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. Today's topic is this: the crowd is getting restless. So I am ending my journey out to San Diego, California, and I'm at the airport, and I have TSA, which is just an incredibly wonderful way to be able to travel. And I walk through TSA and I get my pre-check, and I'm standing in line to go through the old conveyor belt x-ray machine. And there's a gentleman in front of me. It's a very stocky gentleman. He has got his United States Air Force hat on, and we're waiting in line. And you could tell there's about 4 or 5 people ahead of us, and there's one particular gentleman who is, let's just say, taking his sweet-ass time. And he's really like going slow, taking stuff out of his pockets. He walks through, the alarm goes off, he's got to turn back around. Of course, the alarm goes off again. He turns back around, empties his pockets, goes back through, triggers the alarm. And I'm kind of laughing at this point. Like, I'm at the airport on time, like everything is good. Even if I wasn't on time, there's really not much I could do about it right now. And so I'm kind of laughing about the situation. But the gentleman in front of me is not thinking this is very funny. The woman in front of him is kind of in between. She's not sure if it's funny or if it's annoying. And so I look at him. He turns around and looks at me, and I look at him just dead in the eyes, and I say, "Hey, man." And I kind of hit his arm. I said, "Thank you for your service. Really appreciate it." And everything about him changed in that moment. Oh, man, he looked at me and he said, "Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much." I said, "Absolutely. We appreciate you. I appreciate you." And he changed. He smiled. You could see his shoulders kind of drop. Now, he wasn't laughing at what was going on. He still was kind of irritated at that. But just everything about his energy changed in that minute. And it really brings to light such a simple message that I share with you here today, is that, we create change. You and I, we create change every single day. Whether you know it or not, or think it or not, or even like it or not, we create change every single day. I could have just as much created a change in more of a negative energy. I could have just been like, "What the hell, man? If you're at TSA pre-check, like, you should already know this shit. What's going on up there? Why should this take..." Like, I could have added to that fire. And every one of us has been that. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an angel. Every one of us has been in that situation before. I don't do that much anymore. I've been in that place before where I just got extremely pissed off and irritated. But I can tell you that's always been an exception to the rule in my life. I just have been brought up differently. That I try to find the other side. I try to be the guy who's going to flip the energy in that negative situation because I don't want to be there. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect, because I've had my moments too. But the moments of trying to be positive in it definitely outweigh the moments of the negative side of it. And in this moment, I had the opportunity, right? So I have an opportunity every day to be the dark side for everybody, or the light side for everybody. And we all have a dark side within us, but I prefer to use my dark side to create power, energy, and focus moving forward. We can talk about that another day. And in this particular situation, I needed my light side. I needed my light side to change the energy of the room, because the people around me were starting to get restless. They were starting to get irritable. And I don't want to be a part of that energy. I just graduated and became a certified trainer with Wake Up Warrior. I'm going home to see my kids perform in a Christmas play and in a Christmas show. Like, I'm excited to get back home. I just want everything to go smoothly so I can get back home. And at this point, like, I'm just like wanting to spread love and energy and positivity. And this guy is like really pissed off, and you can tell it. And in that moment, his energy changed. See, what that comes down to is that you and I, we're leaders. You and I, we are leaders, and we are leaders of change. And we create that change every single day. And the question becomes, how are you leading that charge? Are you leading that charge being negative Nelly or bitchin' Bob and complaining about things and being a part of that charge? Or are you the person who is leading the charge by example of the way that you want to see this world change? So are you bringing the light? Are you bringing the love? Are you bringing the energy that creates and promotes that kind of change in life? Or are you the person who is just as much a part of the problem instead of the solution? Only you know that answer. And now I am not saying, I remember hearing Tony Robbins say this, like I'm not saying look at the garden and say there's no weeds in the garden. I'm not saying that at all. Don't ignore what's going on around you. However, in that moment, for me to have gone down a path of getting pissed off was not going to change anything. For me to go down that path of being irritated and frustrated and aggravated was not going to change anything. It was still happening. So if I could change the energy of the people around me, I did not have to be surrounded by toxic thoughts. I could be surrounded by energy, love, and light where we need it, which is at the airport, because we want all of us to be able to travel safely home. So the question is very simple. Where in your life are you leading? Are you leading by being that beacon of light and possibility? And where in that light are you being, where in that part of your life are you being toxic? And you're jumping in the toxic emotional tank. Just look at your life and see where you're doing this, because there are certain areas in your life right now, I know, where you are the beacon. You are the one who is leading the charge of positivity. There are also other areas in life, for many people it's politics, where you open up that can of worms and you're just like the toxic person when it comes to talking about politics. So it's like, how can I change that energy? How can I change that focus in my life? See, when you do this, you'll find that your energy shifts and you start working on things you have control over, and you'll start working on things that you can change, and you'll start working on things that will create an expansion in your life instead of trying to think that you control everyone else. Like me saying that to him, I had no idea if it would change his energy or not. I just said it because my heart said I needed to say something to the man, and I didn't change his energy. If it didn't change his energy, it still made me feel good to be able to even express that to him. It always makes me feel good to be able to do that for our service people. So no matter what, I was walking away from that situation in a much better place than the situation had started. And if they wanted to keep complaining about it, I would not go down that path or cesspool with them. I was already in a different place. Period. End of story. So where in your life are you leading by the negative energy, and where in your life are you leading by the positivity? And how can you flip those energies of negativity in your life and be the leader that you were meant to be? Sometimes it just comes by saying one simple word or act of kindness. That's all I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. Hey, if you haven't already, please head over to the commitandgo.com page, www.commitandgo.com. You'll get more information about myself, my speaking, my coaching, and any programs that we have coming up. We've got a 30-day challenge in 2019 right around the corner. Love it if you would join us. And please, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, rate, and or review the podcast. We're on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, and I'd love it and appreciate it if you just recommend it to your friends that you think could benefit from listening to this message daily. That's all I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action to create big-ass results in your life and business. We'll hear you next time.